All right, let's try this again. Part 2, Love Languages, Singles Edition. So, story about acts of service. I have this guy friend who hadn't taken the test, so I wasn't sure what his love language was. Within the course of an hour, I applied 3 different love languages. He reacted well to quality time and words of affirmation. But then, acts of service is kind of where it got him. Where he was just like, wait, what? So I don't have a car. He gives me rides like to the grocery store, or like when our friend group decides to like go see a movie or whatever, he'll give me a ride. So we went to the grocery store just to pick up a few things. So I had like 1 bag of groceries, and he had like a 12-pack of Mountain Dew or something, and then like 2 other bags of stuff. So I grabbed one of his bags to kind of like even out the loads, and he was like, wait, what? No, I can carry this. And I'm like, I know you can, but I wanted to go ahead and do it for you, you know. I then told him that I was very grateful that he'd given me rides that day, and so I wanted to show gratitude by carrying some of his groceries, since I had an open hand and his were full. So once I explained kind of my reasoning with that, he was like, okay, but I still don't want it to seem like I'm making you carry like heavier stuff. And I'm like, no, totally my choice. If other people, you know, like judge you because of that, like that's dumb, basically. All right, so story number 3. Having guy friends is kind of weird, right? So if there's teasing and inside jokes, people might think you're dating, right? Am I right? I know lots of people grew up with guy friends and girlfriends. I didn't. Growing up, it was just girlfriends. Like, I'm trying to think of any guy friend I ever had growing up. Like, I knew guys and I was friendly with them, but I just didn't have guy friends. Like, my first time I remember like really having a guy friend was like when I went away to college the first time. And I met all of these guys, and I was like, wait, we can like be friends and not be attracted to each other, like in a good way, you know. Like, I appreciate him as a person, but we're just friends. We help and support one another. Like, that's great. So this is another story about gift giving. So like giving that gift to my roommate was totally fine, totally cool. I've done that before. But like, guy friends weren't a thing for me. And I think I don't remember ever giving a boy outside my family a gift. Like, ever. You know? So I wanted to get out of my comfort zone. I decided to give a gift to a guy friend. One friend that I know from church has a specific tie that gives him trouble. The back part of the tie is always sticking out, never staying in place, and it drives me nuts. Like a lot. And so I would always tell him, and I would always fix it for him. So I decided to get him some tie clips. Some tie clips, not necessarily because he needed them, but because it was an opportunity for me to practice gift giving, and he might actually wear it, and his tie wouldn't annoy me. So that would be a plus. The clips weren't expensive, and I see him like every week. So I bought some tie clips and put them in my purse that Sunday and was going to give them to him. But I don't know what happened, but for like a month, we didn't see each other. So when I finally did see him on a Sunday, I was ready to give him the tie clips. However, he wasn't wearing the tie that he usually wears, the one that drives me nuts. So I thought about just keeping the clips and just giving them to him another time when he wore the tie. But I decided to not do that. So it's already getting outside my comfort zone. Just bringing something up that didn't apply to the situation right then. I told him that he'd ruined my plan because he was wearing a tie that actually stayed in place. We laughed about it. And then I gave him the tie clips, and he was like, "Oh, you don't have to give me tie clips." And I'm like, "I know. But here you go. You can use them or not." And then he actually took one of the tie clips out of the box and put it on right then, even though he didn't need to. So that was nice. Him showing appreciation for that. Am I awkward at gift giving? I can be. But it's something that I'm willing to work on. I honestly hope my future husband's number one love language is not gifts. Because not only does my anxiety go crazy when I get gifts, giving gifts can get kind of crazy too. Anyways, I'm glad that I took the opportunity to test out speaking the love languages that aren't easy for me. It was eye-opening. I'm glad to know that I can speak them, even if it makes me uncomfortable. Okay. So the last little bit is just a couple of different bullet points. So I'll get through these fairly quickly. Thanks for sticking around this long if you've watched both videos. Okay, so other things I've learned from the singles edition. Putting others first is invigorating and fulfilling. Sometimes effort equals work plus growth, and that can also equal unifying. So if you put in the work and look for the opportunity to grow, it can unify you with other people because of your effort. Self-reflection can lead to change, which can lead to understanding, which can foster a desire for application, and that ultimately promotes growth as well. Testing out the love languages was awkward, but it can lead to a more meaningful and understanding bond. So I've gone through all of this so far, and I haven't talked about a dating relationship. Well, that's about to change. So there's a section in the book about dating, and it talks about dating affirmations. And when I read through that, I realized maybe that's why dating is so difficult for me. So sarcasm